Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. This is Leanne of Love and Shiplap and the founder of Sublimation graphics and tutorials here on Facebook. If you're catching us on YouTube, be sure to come join our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/subthatus for tons of tutorials each week in all things that relate to business, sublimation, direct-to-garment, white toner printing, and so much more. Tonight, I'm excited to show you guys how to do single-sided garden flags. Now, these garden flags are from Sublimation101. They are hands down one of my favorite garden flags for single-sided ones. They're very thick. They sub beautifully. Honestly, the only thing I don't like about them is that they actually come out to be 13. They're like 13.5 inches wide by 20.5 inches long. So that poses a little bit of a problem, but I'm gonna show you guys what I did. So let's get started. This is gonna be a pretty quick video because it's very hot out here. As you can see, there's sweat dripping down my face. So let me show you what we're working with. So as I mentioned, we have this beautiful garden flag from Sublimation101. These are just really nice quality. If you want to not have to piece together a design and you don't have a large format printer, the space in between the stitch lines is 13 by 19. So you would just have a white edge on yours. Now I didn't want to do that, so I used the method that we're always showing in here where we piece together a design, and we're gonna do this up on our press. You may want to use adhesive spray, so I have that just in case. All right. So the first thing about these garden flags is that they need to be pre-pressed heavily. When you pre-press these, you want to be pre-pressing all along these edges to try and get that stitching a wave, I don't even know what to call it, out of the fabric, because if you don't, you're going to end up with little ghosted looking spots on your flag. So I'm actually just going to hang it off the press to start this. And I'll just put some paper here. Because this is fabric, we would want to pre-press it anyways, but there's a little extra pre-pressing that goes in because this is because of that stitching, if we want to have a nice smooth look. So we're going to pre-press this for half the time that the product needs to be pressed. So it's 400 degrees at 60 seconds. We're going to do a 30-second pre-press, and we're going to press this in multiple places to make the whole thing is flat and make sure that those edges are flat. And if those edges need a little extra time, we will give them a little extra time, because as long as it's all flat, it's going to look great when it's all done. You can see our edges looking nice and flat there. That's what we want. We'll go ahead and do our top part now. Sorry guys, I needed a drink. All right, so you can see it's nice and flat on that side. Now we're gonna, carefully because it's very hot. We're gonna get that last section that we haven't pressed yet. Remember, our goal is flatness. Tonight I'm using my 16 by 20 press from acesdeals.net. You guys have seen this in a lot of my videos lately. As I mentioned, our garden flag is from Sublimation101, and I've printed our double transfer using a Workforce 7710 with printer jack ink, which is available on Amazon, and A-sub paper. This beautiful design is the design membership bonus freebie of the, or bonus design of the week. If you don't have my design membership, you are definitely missing out. You pay one very affordable rate for the entire year. I'm going to give this another press just to kind of smooth out that center. You pay one very affordable rate for the entire year, and you get all of the designs in my shop. That's right. For one rate, for one price, you get currently over $4,000 in designs. No digital graphic is off limits. You can, of course, buy any of my designs that you'd like that are not design membership exclusives. Those with design memberships get exclusives, a 10-piece bundle each month, plus a bonus design each week, plus little 5-packs of bonus designs for occasions, milestones, birthdays, all sorts of things that we celebrate around here. So having the design membership definitely pays off. People with it have gotten over $500 in bonus designs that everyone else can't purchase so far this year. And of course, you can purchase any designs otherwise in my shop. There are ample listed. They're always at reasonable rates, and most of them come with mock-ups. My website is www.ofloveandshiplap.us, and the link for designs and the membership are in the description for this video. All right, so one of the issues that we face with this garden flag is that it is too long for the press. So the size of it is the only thing I don't like about it, but the quality can't be beat. So we're gonna do the next best thing, and we're gonna work around the problem. So first, I'm going to put something down on my press. Well, here, I'll bring you guys over here. I just want you to see this kind of off the press. So you can see I made my design bigger than the garden flag because I wanted to get that full bleed. So anytime you're doing full bleed, never go exact dimensions. Always add 1/2 inch or so around. Just be mindful of what your design is, because you don't want to end up cutting it off of the substrate. So I'm going to get this lined up the best I can. All right, so I've got that pretty well lined up. Shift it over just a little bit. Now, unfortunately, I'm seeing an issue with how I did my transfer, because this is very common, but with a lot of fabric substrates, once it's flattened, you don't have a straight line, which is, again, why you always want to make sure to have a little bit extra around the edges. I just want to make sure that my E doesn't get cut off. It looks like it's going to be pretty close, but I think we'll be okay. If this wasn't a live video, I would just go print this again and make it smaller. But I'm also just giving this to my friends, so it's not really a big deal. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there as a little paperweight. I'm going to use some Loctite adhesive spray. Now, if you're concerned about the size, you cannot press the top part. I'll show you. If you were concerned about the size limitation of your press, you would just put a piece of tape on the other side at the seam line here, and you would leave this white part blank. I'm going to do a double press because I love those. So I'm going to stick that over like that. Oops, I got this upside down. Hold on. First, we're going to put a protective sheet on our press because we don't want any of that over edge ink that's around the substrate to get onto our rubber mat. Then we're going to place this on here, and we'll shift it over so we've got some room to work. And I'll put another piece on here just in case any ink decides to escape. We don't want it to get on the press. Now we're using medium pressure for this at 400 degrees for 60 seconds. I sell a lot of garden flags. I have a lot of great garden flag designs in my shop. If you're wondering, these come in a pack of, I think it's a pack of 6 for $25, but don't quote me because I didn't look at the price before the video. But they are really nice quality garden flags. Just learning to work with some of the quirks, as with any substrate, is important. Garden flags are an easy item to sell. Mine sell for $20 a piece. That includes shipping. I just stick them in a poly mailer when they are done, and they cost they cost me roughly $2.76 to ship. The most I think I've ever paid to ship one was $3.40. So no matter what, it's very cheap. So if you're charging $20 with free shipping, you're still gonna make a good $13, $14 off of them. All right, we're gonna very carefully remove our top sheet. We're gonna pull this very carefully over because we gotta get that other side. We're gonna put our top sheet back on. There's a link to my video where I go through this whole process more thoroughly in the description, where I show you guys how to piece together a design and do multiple presses. Definitely check it out because I'm not actually going through it all here. Ooh, the colors look nice. Sorry guys, I get a little excited. So once again, that's 400 degrees for 60 seconds. I'm using a 16 by 20 press. And like I said, you don't have to do that whole other part. If you want to just put a piece of tape there to protect that so no ink gets on it and leave that top part white, I have done that many times. It always kind of depends on the design for me. This one I just really thought was going to look good if it was full color. We got just about 15 seconds left. If you guys have questions, definitely list them in the comments and I will answer them. And all of the links for tonight's products are in the description for this video. Oops. Everything fell on the floor. All right. It's very hot, but you can see we got nice even press at the top, other than a little bit on the hemline, but that is normal. Our edges along here where we pre-pressed it, we don't have any little white spots, which is good. It definitely gives this a nice professional look. Hot. It's very hot. And you can see our design came together, this beautiful flag. I'm gonna take this to my friend in New York and she is going to love it. I think next time I would just make the welcome a little bit smaller. So that is about it. If you guys have any questions, like I said, leave them in the comments. Join our Facebook group if you're catching this on YouTube. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great day.